you are feeling the full force of the full moon and the Earth's energies. So, sensitive people are feeling things a lot today. We had the full moon go through this morning around 5-ish, I think, around this morning, Eastern time. And the Schumann Resonance is also showing some activity. So there's a lot going on that directly affects sensitive people. So the first thing I want to make sure you understand is that the moon phases and the Schumann resonance don't cause your issues, whether it's, body pain or emotional stuff. They also can't predict how you're going to feel when these things happen. They're just indicators of what's going on energetically on the planet. And knowing that can help explain why you're feeling the way you're feeling. So I encourage people to not assume that since there's a full moon, they're going to feel a certain way, or that because the Schumann resonance shows, increased activity, that they're going to feel a certain way. But it is helpful to check them when you're already feeling a certain way, because it can help explain that, okay, yes, there's some intensity in the atmosphere today, because full moons, energetic shifts on the planet, they all can cause intensity. It doesn't mean that you will absolutely feel it or feel it on that particular day, but it does give us an indicator of things that are possible. It can help explain why you're feeling the way you do, and it can help you feel better because of that. So keep that in mind. Nothing is a prediction. Nothing tells you for sure what's going to happen to you, or how you're going to react, or how your body's going to feel, or how you're going to respond emotionally. It's just all there to give you guidelines and help you feel a little more reassured about what you're experiencing. So, with that out of the way, so right now, since we're under the influence of that Cancer full moon, and it's a supermoon, things that have been lingering beneath the surface, emotional, those kinds of things especially, can come to the surface now that this moon is here, because it's in an emotional sign, Cancer, and it's also a supermoon, so it amplifies whatever it is that's going on with you right now. It's good because these things that are lingering beneath the surface need to be released, and this kind of big push from the full moon can help release that stuff for you. At the same time, the Schumann resonance is showing us that there is energetic activity on the Earth itself, and that is pushing us to learn more about helping ourselves through emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, grounding, emotional clarity, all of those things, that push us usually out of our comfort zone, but push us on an emotional level and even on a physical level, are normal for what we're going through right now, because we're supposed to be learning all these new things. We're supposed to be learning about how to regulate ourselves. And you're going to see more and more in the world people talking about emotional regulation and nervous system regulation and things like that, because we're starting to understand now things that we didn't understand before, about how the body works and how it's regulated and how it's affected by everything that goes on around us. So you might be feeling, because of the moon activity and because the Schumann is showing us that there's high energy activity on the earth, heightened emotions, restless sleep, disrupted sleep, feeling like you need to figure things out. Like you get that stressful kind of, I need to know, I need to know, I need to know. Some people are feeling a need for closure and relief in certain areas of their life and with certain issues in their life. Understand that this is all normal. We're, again, reaching a culmination point, a completion point. It doesn't just happen in a day. It happens over the course of many days and sometimes weeks before we start to feel different. So today, especially, it's a good idea to slow your system down as much as you can, to not jump in when you feel yourself reacting to something, to do the best you can to pull yourself back from that reaction. And again, slow yourself down. And you can do it just with simple grounding practices. One that I use all the time is one hand on my chest, one hand on my lower belly, and breathing in through the nose for a count of 4, and then holding it for a couple seconds, and then exhaling as long as I can possibly exhale. You can do it with eyes open or closed. It doesn't matter, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And you keep repeating that until you feel your body softening. Sometimes, well, most times I have to talk to myself too, because I have like a really triggery temper. Triggery, yeah. It's a really triggery temper at times, not all the time, but at times it can get really like sensitive, and before you know it, I'm gone. So I have to force myself sometimes to just sit and get back in my right mind. So that is what I do. I put my hand on my chest, I close my eyes, I put my other hand on my lower belly, and I just breathe, and I talk to myself and say, you know, it's okay. This is just a trigger. You know, it doesn't mean anything. It's just old stuff that's coming up, those kinds of things. So hopefully you can try and do that too. And maybe you don't have as bad a temper as I do. Bless you for that. So slow yourself down. Keep yourself in as peaceful a state as you can, but don't fight yourself. If you're feeling really wound up, it's good to get some of that out first before you start to, you know, do breathing and grounding. I'll usually go and, you know, pick up a pillow and start whacking things or do whatever I have to do just to physically. There's a great exercise in Kundalini Yoga called Fists of Anger, and you can look it up, but it's a really powerful way of moving your body and moving that anger and emotion through you. So do something physical to try and get it moving, and then bring yourself to calm. So when our nervous system feels calm, that's when we start to get clarity on things. So again, we're being encouraged to learn how to calm ourselves, to calm our nervous system, so that we can experience that clarity and experience that peace that comes from understanding ourselves and our own emotional state and our system and how to regulate it. When you allow yourself to do those things every day, when you practice taking good care of yourself and your emotional state, not only do you feel better, but you heal better and you set yourself free. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.